Hey, it's BGV, and welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Let's Play the Elder Scrolls V Skyrim Special Edition. In the last episode, we were continuing on with Neloth's request. He has quite a bit to ask of us, and we're happy to oblige, because you know what? We've gained a lot of power from helping out Neloth, and we're going to continue to gain such power. So, let's take a look at what we're doing. We have Heartstones. We need to get a Heartstone, quite simple. My mic is in an awkward position. I thought it would work out really well. I had to rearrange my entire recording area since I've recently come into some VR, and I needed to set everything up for that. So I'm going to move this a little bit closer. That should be good. Just need to make sure that it doesn't fall down and hit my toe. Okay. Yes, we've got Heartstone. Get a Heartstone. Should be pretty simple. I think we just need to kill an Ash Guardian and hope that he has one. I think maybe all of them drop one. We also have old friends. Neloth is being attacked by an unknown assailant. We need to figure out who that is. We can get another black book. I was right, there are 7, and we need to find the 6th. We also have this one, which we are about to finish, and then that's about it for Neloth. So let's go ahead and start with this one. Healing a house. We need to talk to Elenia. I think that's how you say that. I could be wrong, however. Let's drop down. I think, because it's pointing me in an odd direction yet again, but there are no outside exits. There are no exits to the outside. Ooh, that's an interesting loading screen. I haven't seen that one. There are no exits to the outside in Neloth's main abode, from what I understand. These wires are touching my feet, and I don't like it. Don't like it. Need to wear some socks so I can protect my brittle feet from the wires. The wires that want to hurt me so bad. Just kidding, they don't want to hurt me. I don't have brittle feet either. Don't worry about me. I'm not. My feet haven't atrophied to the point of them being so brittle that the mere touch of a wire hurts them. Let's wait around 12 hours, which would be 10 a.m., 11, 12. Let's wait 14 hours. Hopefully, Elenia will have open shop. How does she make any money? I have no idea. Don't ask me. I'm just a random traveler from here and there trying to help out a group of wizards. Well, one wizard, and then a bunch of his lackeys, I guess you could say. Okay, Tel Mithrin Apothecary is still locked, but if we do a quick about face, it's not. It's lying to us. Well, this is a first. That's quite interesting. I've been really interested. What is happening? All right, let's get out of here. It keeps making me drop, and then if I turn around, we can see the door again. Yeah, it's like resetting me over and over again. This is interesting. I haven't installed anything like a mod or anything. Okay, back out to Tel Mithrin. Wow, it's unusual that we get that level of a bug or glitch. Yeah, and I was... Oh. Okay, and she was falling too. As I was saying, I've been into speedrunning videos lately. I don't have any interest in speedrunning myself because it sounds horrible and it sounds like your mental health would decline very rapidly. But I have been interested in it and all the inner workings of it. And yeah, I just watched a soft lock compilation, which had stuff like that where you fall through the floors. Anyways. Let's talk to Elenia. No. I need to talk to you.
He can't treat me like this.
The soak taproot is planted.
Good. Now maybe Neloth will get off my back about it. I suppose you think you should get paid for helping an old woman. Here, take these. I'll sell you more if you come back later.
Potion of ultimate well-being, and she gave us 2 of them.
Mafala cloak.
And also, one of the lesser rewards we have to keep in mind is that we can come back and buy more. Let's take a look at it. Where is it? Ultimate Well-Being. Restore 100 points of health, magicka, and stamina. So it is it's a trifecta of restoration. That's not really worth all the trouble. Not like there was much trouble, but still, you know, that really was kind of anticlimactic. Anyways, we're doing 100% playthrough, aren't we? So we have to do it. Let's move on to something else. We have old friends and we have lost knowledge. We've done a lot of black books lately, so let's do old friends. Neloth is being attacked by an unknown assailant. He gave me a ring that will identify the source of the attacks. If I walk around the grounds of Tel Mithrin, I might find a clue. That's right, I forgot, this is right over here. So if we go to apparel, we should find his ring. Neloth's ring of tracking, when close enough, identifies the source of the ash spawn attacks on Tel Mithrin. Now that's a lie, I believe. I don't think it actually has some sort of crazy unique enchantment, but we're going to equip it and wear it and see what we can find. I do remember this quest, and I do remember, I think we want to go towards the east. I think there's something of interest towards the east. Yes, you can see that. So it's sort of a detect life spell. You can see it's glowing. So it is kind of a unique enchantment, but they just made it, you know, detect life. What are you doing? What is going on in the town of Tel Mithrin? What is happening with these people? They're just floating all over the place. Okay, well, fire's not going to work on this dude, obviously. Not too well. So let's get our boys out. Ash Spawn Immolator. Immolator, I know that word is related to fire, especially because I'm a fan of the Dark Souls series, and I think it was Dark Souls 3 most recently, where there was a immolation tinder. I think that was the weapon that would like set an area on fire, and there were those enemies, and I forget the area. You guys know what I'm talking about, though, if you've played Dark Souls 3. Okay, no, I need to search him. There we go. Flawless Garnet and Spawn Ash. I need a Heartstone, though. I need a Heartstone, not that stuff. Anyways, yes. This thing is glowing. Ilduri's sarcophagus. And inside... Ah, there we go. Very nice. We have a Heartstone and we have a Staff of Calm. And it says Ildari right there on the sarcophagus itself. Let's take a look at the other sarcophagi, shall we? We can activate this one and we'll close it. Okay. How about this one? Skeleton. That's not a skeleton, that's a sarcophagus. What do you mean, search the Just let me take something in there. Now I've got trash in my inventory. I don't want trash in my inventory. Blah. Okay, well, we might do the thing where we just turn everything in at once. So we've got that. We've got that. And now we can go get the black book. Where did we need to go? White Ridge Barrow. That sounds familiar, too. Let's head to Saring's Watch. I remember the name of that because it's the only dragon altar in all of Solstheim, I believe. I think I wasn't sure before, but now I am indeed sure. I think it's the only one. Hi there! No, you're not supposed to spawn directly in front of me. I'm going to go ahead and leave. You do your ancient dragon things. And a frost troll. Hello, frost troll, and goodbye. Okay, we need to get up there. Can we do some Skyrim parkour? Can we do some Skyrim mountain climbing? Ooh, look at this. Orcish helmet, elven sword, and an adept chest. We are at 90 lockpick. That's crazy. That's something that they made right in terms of level scaling. We're at 90 lockpick, ladies and gentlemen. And we just played the game. We didn't try to go for it. See, they should have made every skill like that. They should have had a little team of people that balanced out how fast you acquired skills, because some just are not going to happen unless you try to grind them out. You know what I mean? Okay, this should be White Ridge Barrow. And I remember there is something interesting about this one, but then again, it could just be the fact that at the end of it lies our 6th black book. But we will find out what indeed lies inside. Let's grab Bound Sword on our right and see what we have. We have a bunch of dead people. Then again, this is Skyrim, so what else is new? Hello, gentlemen. What are your names? Reaver. What a great name. Thank you. No thank you. Hello there, sir. What's your name? Thank you. Clairvoyance. Like, that's going to be useful to me. Even if I didn't know it, I would never use that because I'm not some scrub. Maybe that's why you're dead. You should probably learn how to go through a dungeon. Okay, what do we have in this chest? 51 gold. And it looks like we can move on. Alright, let's open up the door. And another dead Reaver. Hi there. Thanks for the lockpick. What killed them? Oh! Oh, is this the one? Oh, this is probably the one. Okay, I'm not sure if we want to take... We definitely don't want to take the damaged spider pods, I don't think. But we might want to take some good spider pods. We'll see. I am remembering this place now, and I think I know what it is. Obviously, we have a new enemy type, though, here. An albino spider, which we have not seen before. Oh, and there he is! His little appearance is kind of cute, actually. Hi there. You die very fast. Albino spider. Yes, and this one is not damaged. Albino spider pod. We're going to take it. I don't remember if we want the spider pods or not, but we shall see. That is for sure. This is a very interesting location. I think. I hope that I'm not confusing it with a location in Skyrim. I don't believe that I am. Sneak attack! Boom. What do you got? Damaged. No, I don't need damaged. I wonder if it's because I hit him in the thorax. I don't think so. That's what... The thorax is the back part, right? I always get confused on my bug parts. Just not really a little piece of information I make myself be 100% knowledgeable on. But whatever the butt part is, I'm pretty sure it's thorax. We hit him there, so I wonder if that damages the pod. You can infer that there probably has to be a reason. Aha, look at this one. Flame cloak spider. Yeah, so this one's a little bit different. The spiders obviously are taking a lot of damage. They're not too hard to dispatch. So we hit both of these from the front. Let's see. Damaged. And then this one. No, where'd you go? Oh, I needed him. Needed to loot him. Thank you. Get out of here. Okay, so I think thus far, and I thought the same thing the last time I played through the Dragonborn DLC. I think the... Ooh, what is this? Probably just this. Yep. I hate when it does that, man. Like when the door is already open and it's like, hey, look at this pull chain. What do you think it does? And it just opens up a thing that you've already been through. Okay, so when you get close to these things, they burst. Never mind. These are ruby geodes. We can get some, yeah, we can get some rubies out of it. Okay, let's close our wounds. Yes, as I was saying, I think the last time I played through the Dragonborn DLC, they put the black books at the end of the coolest locations. This is gonna burst. We need ourselves a fire pod. Can we just not loot these? Yeah, it seems like we can only loot the albino spiders, but that doesn't coincide with the information I thought I had about this place. And these guys are giving us more damaged pods. Okay, we do have a pull chain here that probably is not activated this time around. Yes, indeed. Hopefully both sides of the bridge, and no. Jumping flame cloak spider who just blew up in a second when he didn't seem to take damage at first. So I wonder why he took that much damage. It's not like we critically struck. Okay, we have a reaver. Oh, a bandit down there. What are you doing in a world of reavers, man? You're going to succumb to the spiders. You know that you are if you stay in here long enough. In fact, kind of want to just let you do that. The jumping spiders, I think, will jump and explode. Oh, that's right. So the jumping spiders explode, I think, and then they instantly die. But no, that one did not jump. Okay, I'm not sure what's going on there. But we have an iron door here. Can you, sir? Oh, that's right. Look at his face. You see that? Yeah, he's being controlled right now by the albino spider. I forgot about that. That's right. Yeah, his skin was all sort of pulsating with a weird green mesh. So that's what the albino spiders do. They control their hosts. They're basically parasitic. We have an iron door here that's sort of hidden away. And a little Skyrim noise, which I think must mean this is like a little hidden area, but usually that means it's cleared, but we have not been... Oh my gosh. Okay, well, it's time to call in the cavalry. Not that, but this. As we explore the rest of this place. May want to loot that Draugr Deathlord just to see if he has anything special. There are a couple of chests in here. As if that matters, though. Okay, boys. Dispatch of that Draugr Deathlord as soon as possible if you'd be so... Oh, wow. You succumbed! It's okay. I'll give you a second chance. These spiders die fast enough. I'll take care of them. I just can't get too close to the Draugr Deathlord, boys. You know how it goes. You guys have so much health, whereas I am but a lowly mage. My true power lies in my arcane intellect, of which I can use to confound my enemies. Isn't that cool? Thorn and Spike are just like, yeah, Adrenoch, yeah, it's cool. Yeah, you're very powerful indeed. That's cool. They attack the egg sac, it looked like. Yeah, so I think this guy, yeah, you can see the albino spiders on him. It's really creepy, in fact. There are two things I really don't like, two like themes in television shows, movies, whatever you want to call it. And sometimes when it's really dark, really rustles my jimmies, but when it's just sort of there, and like sometimes they're in kids shows too, you know, like kid cartoons and things like that. It's not so bad, obviously, but I really hate it when, like, people's bodies are taken from them and used. A great example, and for those of you that have, for those of you born in the 90s, you probably know what I'm talking about, if you're a male, nerdy male. In the Dragon Ball Z, in, like, the early episodes, I believe, like, Goku gets his body stolen from, like, I forget what they're called, the Force, the Five Force, or something like, Ginyu Force. That's what they are, right? Yeah, I think it's the leader of the Ginyu Force. He switches, he gets mortally wounded and then switches bodies with Goku. So Goku's this ugly purple monster, and I think Goku even has like a dream or something of where he meets Chi-Chi, his wife, and he's that horrible purple monster, and she just doesn't love him anymore or something like that. Whenever someone's body is like taken from them and used in a way, because he uses Goku's body, and you know, Goku's a strapping young dude, and he's also like a really cool guy. Like, I was like, no, give him back his body. I don't like that, and I don't like parasites either, so this is kind of a combination of both, and I just don't like it. That's what I should say. It's a tad bit darker than what Skyrim usually showcases, I guess is what I'm trying to illustrate here. Yeah, the white albino spider, like, lodges itself, and that's horrible, first of all, and then uses the bandit as sort of a zombie to do its will. It's really quite horrifying. But yeah, all of that was just to say that I don't like that. I don't like those two. They're not really themes, but you know what I mean. Okay, we're in a place called White Ridge Sanctum right now. We're no doubt going to have... Why are these things taking no damage on the first hit and then a ton of damage on the second hit? I have no idea. But we have quite a few enemies in here, so... let's summon our boys again and let's take down everybody. Yeah, you can see his skin's all messed up. It's quite disgusting. And then the spider falls off. Look at that. Oh, and he rolls around. Oh, wow. We've got another glitch. So many glitches this episode. Yeah, like the oh, it's the head. Look at that. Oh, the head. Okay, so excuse me. The head was, or the spider was attached to the head, so when it fell off, or like the head rolled around and it, well, I can't, I'm not even going to try to explain this, but you guys see what's happening here. Quite weird indeed. Okay, we have more dead bandits and things all over the place. Also more spiders to our left. It's like, yeah, they die in one hit, and I don't know why. I guess they're supposed to just be extremely volatile. I do remember going up here. This is the place. This was one of my most proudest, or I should say my proudest. Let me see. Let's take, you know, we need some more spider pods that are not. Marilar Rendes. We have a unique person here. Marilar Rendes. He probably has... Yes, this is... Okay, so this is so freaking cool. This is like one thing that they added in this DLC, and they don't even talk about it. It's just like you find it. Flame Cloak Spider. Tosses a Flame Cloak Spider on the ground that will cause fire damage to enemies that get too close. It's a weapon. It's a weapon. Jumping Flame Spider. Tosses a Jumping Fire Spider on the ground that will launch itself at nearby enemies and explode if it lands near them. Marilar Cage Door Key and Marilar's Journal. Let's see how long it is. It's not long at all. I know what he's planning. Does he really think he can take all the credit for discovering these spiders? Next time he goes into the safety cage to do whatever it is he does with those spiders, I'll lock the door. He'll have no choice but to listen to me then. What does he mean about me not being right in the head? There's nothing wrong with me. He's the one trying to steal my discovery. Does he think I don't see what he's doing? There's nothing wrong with me. Nothing! He keeps talking to me like I'm insane. I'm not insane. Who said I'm insane? Did I say I was insane? I'll show him insane. It doesn't matter. He'll see what a real power is. The chanting we heard just outside the main chamber must mean there's something extremely powerful there. If I can get my hands on that energy and bring it back, who knows what kind of discoveries we can make from it. Well, I know. I know what it is. If there's chanting from behind a door, it sounds like something I'm quite familiar with. Okay, very nice. Yeah, we got a brand new weapon. We're not going to use it on the spiders because that's kind of boring. We'll in fact try to use it on some, like, you know, bandits or something, some Reaver type enemies. Let's clear out everything here first and foremost. We've got another Reaver. So many Reavers. Go ahead and pop open. Yeah, it's like the first hit doesn't deal any damage to them, and the second hit just blows them up. What do we have here? Marilar's door. Marilar's cage door key. Okay, I thought the cage was up there, and it still might be. Gosh dang, so many spiders. You guys are just giving me a lot of one-handed, and I appreciate it. It's cool. Thank you. Are you alive? What are you doing? Okay, let's head up here. There's so many different varying paths at the moment. Okay, I think this is what we want, though. It opens up with Marilar's cage door key. And inside, we have Servos Rendus, Potion of Minor Magicka, and Servos' Journal. Let's see how long this one is. Not that long either. She's finally done it. I knew she'd eventually crack. I probably should have left when I had the chance. The untapped power within these spiders has finally gone to Marilar's head. Who would have thought these tiny albino creatures had the ability to harness such magic? Being locked in this cage is frustrating, of course, but it's keeping me even more focused on my work. What did she think I was going to do, anyway? As my sister, she must have known how devoted I am to this work. Although I can't fault her for her actions right now. Who knows what kind of fumes these experiments have been giving off, or what effect they have on the human brain? At least I'm all right. Or maybe I'm not, but I think I am. Could these experiments be having the same effect on me that they have on her? Magnificent! It seems as though you can combine any one of the base spiders with a modifier to tweak its behavior. For instance, just imbuing an albino pod with a ruby seems to create a spider that jumps at its victims and proceeds to explode. But by simply adding a salt pile to the mix, it creates the same manner of spider, but instead of jumping and exploding, it emits flames from its body. I'd experiment with more of these behaviors, but it seems the bandits we tested the mind control spiders on are all still locked away. Marilar doesn't want me to let them out. Maybe there are too many in there for her to handle? I heard her muttering to herself earlier today. She was saying things like, "The spiders are mine. They'll listen to me." What exactly is she planning? I hope she's not attempting to enter the blocked-off room in the main chamber. I wonder if I should go there. She knows we specifically sealed it after hearing odd chanting coming from that direction. Then again, what she used to know may not matter right now, considering the state she's been in. I hope she'll be alright. Well, no, neither of you guys will be alright, but from what it sounds like, you guys deserve to die. Pretty terrible things. Albino, damage. I don't think... Oh, the damage probably does do something. Salt pile, and then look at what we have here. An imbuing chamber. Something brand new. See, again, it ties back to the thing where if you're going to pay a little bit extra for a DLC, they're going to add something special. And indeed they did. Spider experiment notes. Let's see how long this is. Not long either. I've only tried a few combinations, but things look promising. Here's what I've discovered so far. Ruby plus albino pod equals jumping flame spider. We already have some of those. Ruby plus damage pod equals exploding flame spider, so that makes sense. Okay. Ruby plus salt pile equals plus damage pod equals something that we don't know. Ruby plus salt pile plus albino pod equals flame cloak spider. I think we have all three of those, or if not, we've at least seen what they do. Looking at the results, it seems as though the purity of the gem could enhance the imbuing process in some unforeseen way. Perhaps if I could get my hands on a flawless ruby. I have also theorized that if one were to mix any of the ingredients in the previous experiments, a new discovery is likely to be made. Upon further inspection of both a diamond and a garnet, it seems that they don't contain the necessary power required. I know for a fact that a ruby works, as seen in my previous experiments. Next, I'll see how the reaction works with an amethyst, emerald, or even a sapphire. There must be other types of spiders out there. Who knows what other kinds of imbuing processes have taken place? We'd best keep our eyes open. The source of the interaction will most likely be nearby, whatever new species we find. Okay, so we have sort of an Adrenoch forge, kind of. We have rubies here, and I don't think I ever truly... How much do these weigh? Only one. I don't think I ever truly experimented with this because I got the gist, but let's go ahead and try it out. We have an imbuing switch, an imbuing chamber. I guess we just put both ingredients in here. So one is miscellaneous. Let's try the damaged. It was a damaged, I don't want to equip it. It was a damaged, it was an albino, a normal albino pod, and I think a ruby. Let's actually read the thing again. What was it called? Spider experiment notes. Okay. Ruby salt pile damaged pod. No, ruby salt pile damaged pod. Okay, so let's go ahead and put in a salt pile and a ruby, which we definitely should have. No ruby, huh? Well, luckily for us, there are around 3 over here. Okay, in goes the ruby. And now let's press the imbuing switch. Exploding Flame Spider 3 added. Exploding Flame Spider added for the recipe. Okay, interesting. They should be in our weapons, I think. Right? Oh, are they scrolls? Yeah, they're scrolls, that's right. Okay, so we made some exploding flame spider. Tosses a dead spider on the ground, which explodes when an enemy gets too close. So it's a rune. It's a rune, basically. Yeah, they said to experiment with sapphires, emeralds. We'll have to remember that, because we don't have any in our inventory right now. This goes to Soul Slime, which we can use with the key that we've gotten from her. This is not the way that we want to go, though, because there's some more stuff back there that we want to explore. I just want to see how far this goes. Okay, and that's why, obviously, there's tons and tons of ruby geodes to let you be able to farm that and create as many spiders as you wish. But you get the gist. That being said, we will use them, and we will keep an eye out for emeralds and sapphires, and then hopefully come back here. We will exit through the... Where are we? We will exit through the ladder, because that's probably going to lead to... Oh, my God. Okay. That's probably going to lead to a shortcut that will let us come back here quicker, so that we can create all the spiders that we want. Okay, so those were the bandits that they were talking about, and they're going to be... They're gonna be base level bandits, because the game's like, see, that's Skyrim for you. You know, if this were Dark Souls, it would just release like 5 bandits at once and say, hey, you know, 5 normal level bandits that would kill you, and just say, hey, deal with it. You know, this is Dark Souls, but this is Skyrim, so it's just like they made them all the weakest bandits possible, which is kind of lame. What a horrible life, though. What a horrible, horrible life. What are you doing? Yeah, they're still on the head when they fall down. Yeah, that's horrible. Okay, excuse me. Alright, so that is that. We've explored almost everything. We're very close to the end of this place, but of course we need to explore the little whispering door that they were referring to. Let's see, what do we have here? There is a drop down. Oh, I remember this as well. Yeah, if we go over here to the right, something leads below, and then we can loot whatever chest that is. So let's quickly go through this, because our true reward awaits us. Excuse me. Excuse me! You spiders are so weak. This is if you fall down, obviously, in the middle, and then you can find this chest here. Okay, I need to remember, we need to look for at least a sapphire. Ideally, a flawless sapphire, a flawless ruby. Flawless gems, basically. Flawless emerald, that sort of stuff. Okay, yeah, this is if we fall down. Where does... Oh my gosh, this place is so big. Okay, it looks like we're done here then. And we can, I guess, maybe jump back up? No, it doesn't look like it. Okay, I think one final area in this dungeon remains. And that is where, of course, our black book is. And also the chanting that they keep referring to. And you guys probably know what that chanting is going to be. This is Skyrim, after all. That looks like a little hidden doorway there. Okay, where did we come from? How in the world do we get out of here? Oh my gosh. Okay, there we go. Okay, and this is the final area. Give me my prize. Where is my prize? I thought before the bound sword was not cutting through these spider webs, but it looks like that's finally changed, which is wonderful. Okay, don't hear any chanting, so what were you guys referring to? Unless... Aha! Oh, and oh my god, okay, it's another amazing dungeon with tons and tons of rewards. We've got Dukan, which is another dragon priest, also a word wall here, which will give us, I think, a cyclone shout. Yes, unleash cyclone. Let's go ahead and activate that before I forget, and we'll use it once we have the full shout. Cyclone. We have wind, and now we have unleash. Very nice. We'll let the boys handle Dukan. We'll open up the big chest here. Glass sword of enervating, great sword of leeching. Let's just take both. Why not, right? And then let's finish off the dragon priest, Dukan. Get some one-handed points while we do so. Come on, boys. He's almost dead. Nice job, double attack. I like it. I patented it. Bone meal, gold, and Dukan. Heavy armor increases frost resistance by 50% and frost spell damage by 25%. Still not worth it, but imagine if you're a Nord, you automatically get 50% frost resistance. So this would make you completely immune to frost, which is kind of cool. And of course, our final reward is the Black Book, the Shallow Regent, the Sallow Regent, which we're going to go ahead and open. and head inside. So next episode, we need to remember that once we exit the black book, to go to the ladder so that we can find an easy way back here so that we can make some more spiders once we find the gems. We're going to end this episode here, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for watching. We got a lot of stuff done in this episode, and I hope you enjoyed it. One of Soul Slime's cooler dungeons with tons and tons and tons of rewards. And that's it. I'll see you guys next episode. Bye-bye.